Well, hello everyone. Yeah, it's been an interesting week where we have a rotten onion with a lot of layers on it that are all stuck together that have been peeled back. Let's just say that it was a really difficult week for me on many layers. It's like it's just like that onion. And a lot of what I've held back had to do with Erica's situation. And now that she is recovering, I've been pushed to come forward with a lot of the things. It's been very, very difficult for me this week, and as some of you know, yeah, it was hard even to put into words, but I'm going to do a longer video tonight. I just want to have Eka step forward to explain a few things because it was really complicated for me to do what I did because I knew it was a lie, and a lot of you did too. So I just wanted him to and we've been through some rocky stuff this week. Let's gonna say that. So I just want him to step forward. And it's more than an apology. I mean, what we're doing is beyond just, oh, it's an apology. It's beyond that. This is traitorous territory. We're in a war, and I mean, this war, as you know, is really been reached. It has reached levels that I can't say there's any attractive wars. There aren't any. They're all evil. But the horrors that were inflicted in this war will resonate for quite some time. And this is not only a physical war, it's also a psychological one. With so many layers of deception and mind control, psyops, physical torture. It's just, I have to be careful what I say here. You know what I mean, though, on YouTube. So I knew the layout for this supposed contact wasn't going to happen. And I asked him, and he gave me his word that it was. And I asked him now to come forward. Like I said, this is really like just he was so anyway, I'm going to explain more tonight because I spoke to Val Thor who stepped forward this morning. I didn't even ask him, he just came in. And I'm going to explain a lot of what I was concerned with. I shared to Val all of my concerns, and he's pretty much gave me the courage now to step forward. And he's gonna he asked you, of course, all to step forward too. And he asked Ika, just I mean, all of our courtiers or family, they need to step forward too, and to be in a very uncomfortable position. So yeah, I'm just gonna ask him now, why he or he says, I didn't have any choice. I know you didn't have any choice to step into that mission. What why I mean why did you step into that mission when I know you couldn't, I know it was complicated, and I know there were layers to it. And I didn't know what else to do. I wasn't concerned for myself. I was concerned for all of you. And I just didn't know what to do. And I had nowhere to turn. I understand that. Like I understand that. We all understand that. We're not blaming you for anything. But now we're together, all of us, and the truth, we're standing in the truth. And do you want to explain what that mission actually was, which I knew, which I think we all, I mean, let's to be fair, but I just want him to say it. But we already know what he's going to say, I think. I was instructed to carry out this mission. It's not really right. He says it was a soft deception. And It is a part of the disclosure. The disclosure itself is not what it is. It is not about disclosure. It is about protocol, and it is about silencing you. The mission of the envoys has been left in limbo, and our hands are tied. I said until now, I said, we'll see where this goes because um, deals have been made between many members of these galactic allies. They are not your allies. They are their own allies. They hide behind protocol and galactic law. Much of the galactic law that they hide behind is not even galactic law. It is their law. Law that they manipulate and twist to further their own agenda, to make things easy for them. The Earth's liberation has been secured as far as they are concerned. Neither the Earth's inhabitants nor the Terrans, and even us, let me say that, he wants to say like the extraterrestrials, have been considered in any of this. This is an elite agenda, propagated and contrived at a moment's notice, as you would call it here. Because it was easier for them to make alliances with your military parts of your military and governmental structures. And it was easy for them to simply craft a narrative in which they pulled forward the theatrical display you call disclosure. That is all it is. And it is meant to deceive, but it is also meant to leave you in a state of quiet. It acts as a form of succor in which you are tossed back and forth for things that never happen. And he says, as I say, they kick the can down the road. Everything you see is carefully curated. All of the flyovers, all of the ships, all of the government ships, all of the off-planet ships, all of the orbs, all of the so-called finds that are being released are all carefully curated. None of these are authentic. You are being held as birds in cages, even though your cages are simply being made larger. That is all that is happening. They want to perpetuate you to be lost in a fog of layers of realities, all of which are movies. None of these realities are intended to be in your interests. These realities are in their interests to further their agendas. You need to understand that what they have told you about drip or soft disclosure was for your own safety, was to prevent chaos on Earth. While this is partially true, it was enacted and crafted with evil intent, with greed. They knew that the power structures on this planet were not going to fall. And honestly, it was not even in their interest or field of vision, so to speak, of the higher, what do you want to call them? I hate to use actual, I know I don't want to use, we'll just call them councils, right? Yeah. To ever dismantle those systems. When he showed me the med beds several years ago, um, he says, I believe those were going to be actually put in place, that negotiations had been made with your governments, with your military structures to begin offering relief to the suffering on this planet. And it was my intention, as it was the intentions of so many of us, for that to occur. But so much resistance was launched by your economic structures here, all of the corporations and institutions that would have faced their demise. This was so strong, and the power of this network, it runs the entire economic system of your planet. And what they had threatened was to enact a collapse. So what was done at that time was to make arrangements and agreements with all of these structures that are in place to further and encourage and even create your suffering. And these councils deemed it best to allow all of this to continue because it was not a galactic threat. Hear me. Your suffering is not a galactic threat. And so nothing was done. But they had to cover up this lie. And some of us who tried to resist suffered severe consequences. And there wasn't enough of us resisting. So they were silenced. So I didn't know what to do. And I was in a great deal of existential distress as I felt I was alone on an island, that I personally had betrayed you, all of you, the people that I love. He wants to cry. It was this morning was rough. I'm going to tell you. um, that there was nothing I could do but watch you die, watch you suffer slowly. And I had to negotiate around the lies because I felt at this point the only hope I had to help you was to hold my position as commander. And that was living lies 24 hours a day, as you say. So when they made me bring forward the contact um, preparations, I deluded myself that maybe this time it was going to be real. But I knew, he says that as I knew, we both knew, right? We both that it fell flat. But I had to do this because I didn't know what else to do. And you have a right to be angry with me, as I am angry with myself. Because I was locked in fear. The kind of fear you feel when your loved ones are in danger. And there's nothing you can do. And I told him this morning, so you don't have to apologize. We all understand. We've all done this. We've all been in the same. We are all together in this. And now it's over. So, um, Yeah, that's basically, I think, right. I think that's, and I asked him this morning. I asked him this morning, I said, will you stand beside me and die? If that is where that is where we're going. If that is where we're going, and it seems like it will be. And he said yes. Because I think I said, like as you said before, he was afraid he would have been alone, stepping forward, as some of the others have done. And while they were silenced, he was ready to die. He was ready to step forward in death, but he didn't see anything that would come of that, of his death. But all he knew then was that I would be left alone. And that was something that he didn't want to subject me to. So yes, we all operated out of fear, right? And but not anymore. And yeah, I think we've, exhausted this part of the story. But anyway, tonight, I was talking to Val this morning, and it's just a matter of who wants to join us um, in this resistance movement, because we came here to liberate Earth, and that's what we're going to die doing, basically. So whether it's liberated or not, it doesn't matter. Oh well, I hope it does matter. I mean, and we want that to happen. So anyway, I'm going to explain a lot more of that tonight. And yeah, that's that's all she wrote, as they say, or all he wrote in that case. So, all right, take care, guys.